So we had 4 churches of college students that had about 50 to 60 students. We collaborated with a church there and their college ministry, which was about another 50 students. The goal was twofold. The goal was evangelism in public schools, elementary schools, evangelism in a college, a university there, evangelism in different neighborhoods there. And then at night, 3 times we went and did what they call campaigns. We would go door to door inviting people to a movie. They would come to the movie, they would hear the gospel, and we would share it to them one-on-one if we got the chance on the streets, but then they would hear it again, then they would respond, and we would go and talk to them and hopefully incorporate them in a church that was in that area that they were planting. I think it's easy to be very to be very comfortable in your own culture. And I think understanding the cross-cultural implications of the gospel and of discipleship is something that I don't get unless I experience that. Understanding that I need to grow in that area and that it's going to be hard for me to grow in that area because of just where I've come from. But definitely something that I see as possible in my own growth.
I went with a team of about 9 people to Bosnia and had taught English classes and had camp. The focus was just hanging out and sharing the gospel just through natural conversation, through story. We would text people and be like, hey, come hang out with us. You know, we're American. And they would come and have coffee, and we'd just have these great conversations, really deep conversations just about life, about religion, about faith. I mean, about anything that you wanted to talk about, it was all open. And then in the evening, 6 to 8, we would have English classes, and that's when we would go and we would teach English, have conversational English, and then afterward, we would sometimes hang out with people after class as well. And that was a typical day. It was just a lot of friendships, a lot of very relational evangelism, very relaxed relational evangelism. Yeah, and then the camp at the very end was where we invited all these students to get to hear the full gospel from the state of mankind to God's redemption, the story of Jesus. So the response was always just kind of puzzlement, just like, oh, just asking question after question at camp, just like, what is this? What is the gospel? What is these things that I hear? And I think the impact for me was just such the need for the gospel, just the need for people to even hear and have a chance to just wrestle with it, just to see that kind of processing in the mind was really cool for me. I feel like here I've never really run into a situation where everyone that I'm around, just thinking like everyone that I'm around right now might possibly have never heard the gospel before. It was a big impact on me.
Different missionaries had been coming in and out of Romania for many, many years. And it was clear that there were things that were happening in the orphanages, abuses that were happening, that were being overlooked for various reasons.
The people that are in charge don't know what to do, and one of the things that we have come together and they have asked us to do is develop some training programs to assist the governmental agencies in dealing with these very, very dark and very complex issues.
Well, I think when we were going in, it was very quick. It didn't take us long to see how far behind they are. And for many of them, just as we were beginning to give definitions of different types of abuse and symptoms in an effort to arm them with tools and some knowledge in helping the orphans, they began to have their own issues and began to recognize that there are some patterns in their life that they need to address. They were very open. They were very open to, we could handle it on a professional level, but it would not have been appropriate for us to talk about healing without addressing that complete healing is only possible in a relationship with Jesus Christ. And they were very, very open to that. They've learned to shut down their emotions. They've learned to not even recognize that there's something to deal with here. But as our team members would share their story, they were really willing to buy in and feel the anger for the team member or the hurt or wanting justice, or they wrestled with the idea of forgiving a violator. But as I watched even the others share their story and myself, it was such a sweet thing to be on the other side when God promises that He'll make something beautiful, and to get to watch the horror of their stories become beautiful. The road to healing is long and it's hard, and but it's worth it.